That's my mood. Always just trying to wake up in a positive mindset and just think about endless possibilities. Because everything that they say you can't be when you're a felon, just trying to be that example and show like, nah, I'm her. You could do it. If I could do it, you could do it.
Right.
So yeah, that's my mood.
Do you believe in second chances? Like, do you believe in second chances?
Yeah, I am a second chance. I have a
For
second
sure,
chance.
for sure.
Yeah.
Just saying
So tell us from the beginning why you're a second chance. Because a lot of people that might not be familiar with your story might not understand why you're so grateful and why you're so appreciative of second chances.
Okay, so even before prison.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning when Fee was like a little Fee coming up, doing her thing, you know, whatever. And then we can like lead into what caused you to need that second chance.
Okay, I grew up in a 2-parent home. Dad was a pastor. Mom was a stay-at-home wife. I was really literally raised like the Cosbys. We sat down and ate dinner together every night.
Okay.
Said a Bible verse before I ate dinner. But it's like as you get older and you getting ready to get off the porch, I've always been attracted to the lights, money, fast cars.
Right.
I've always been attracted to it. And then just got in the habit of dating dope boys. And from dating dope boys, came to Atlanta.
Standard practice for a lot of African-American females.
Yeah.
And people, because it's that excitement.
It's the excitement. And then, too, what I realized, Jay, was when your father's a pastor, all you see is that he's powerful. You see people draw themselves to pastors. So that's how I, correlated my men. Wanted them powerful. Wanted everybody, the one that everybody was drawn to. And in that, I've also always just been, the girl that, if you tell me that's the edge, I got to see. You know, I got to press the...
You're the peeper. You got to peep over and look.
I got to see. Yeah. So, came to college and being a city girl coming to Atlanta, people always think Atlanta's slow. You know, from up north, I'm from Jersey. So you would think the South is slower, but it's really not. And got a hold to that west side and next thing you know.
The darn west side.
and Bankhead and all that. And before you know it, it started off with weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just showing people where they could get weed from in Bond City with my play brother Carlos. And then that escalated. Then met the family. And from there, it was head first into the streets.
Okay.
Yeah. But to your question about a second chance, not only from prison, but needing a second chance from being, I feel like God gave me more than a second chance. It was, for example, it was one time that I had a rule that I didn't hustle after dark. But this one day, I bent the roof for one of my homeboys. It was around Thanksgiving. He needed some weed. I wasn't even into weed. And I went to go do it for him. And when I went to go meet my homeboys, went in there, went in the spot, you know what I mean? Everything, the money, you know. As they letting me out the burglar bar doors, some dudes ran in and robbed, hog-tied them, had us face down. So in my head, I'm thinking, execution style, they going to end up killing us. But in that moment, I cried out to God, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me.
Yeah.
And from there, that was a chance. And then it was times too. The house get kicked in. They overlook stuff. That was another chance. And then being in prison and now being home, I've been afforded another chance. So I don't say a second chance. I always say another chance.
How long were you in prison?
I ended up serving 14 years. Originally, I was sentenced to 30 years as a first-time nonviolent offender. Had never been in no trouble. I was a school teacher. I taught at Gideon's Elementary. And but because of the amount of drugs, I was charged with 154 kilos of cocaine. And when you don't cooperate and play that game with the government, that's what happened. So they gave me 30 years. And I fought and fought and fought and fought. Never gave up. And just kept telling myself, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out. I'm going to go home. To the point people thought I was crazy. I would sit down and write President Obama every Sunday. Every Sunday I wrote that man. Because I just felt like I was the poster child for redemption. I'm not typically the person who ends up in prison. I'm educated, and I wanted America to know, the drug laws, they're crazy. They'd rather you be a terrorist. Terrorists get less time. They'd rather you murder, a rapist, a child molester. They get less time. Not saying that one sin is better than the other, but drug laws was not only tearing up our community, it was just tearing generations to come that people don't even realize. So I just fought and fought. And then when Trump got into office, he was able to pass what's called the First Step Act. It
Yeah,
started in
yeah.
the Obama administration. Obama started it, but it was Trump who was able to get it passed through the House and the Senate. And one of the clauses that changed was compassionate release. And it used to be where you can only compassion is if you sick or your primary caregiver sick. But they changed it and said if something was unusual, and we argued that my sentence was unusual. And so that's how I ended up coming home. Matter of fact, during COVID.